NSC, verify spacecraft is on internal power.
NSC can verify the spacecraft is on internal power.
All steps complete prior to terminal count.
Standing by now in about 15 seconds to pick up the count.
On my mark, time will be T-minus 4 minutes and counting. 3, 2, 1, mark. T-minus 4 minutes and counting.
Minus 355.
Ground power enable.
Minus 340. Minus 330. Minus 315. T-minus 3 minutes.
Carrying LO2 topping. Atlas tanks to flight pressure.
Minus 250.
FTS internal.
Minus 2 minutes.
Vehicle.
Launch sequencer start.
Minus 150.
Securing Centaur LH2. Securing Centaur LO2.
Minus 1.
FCS launch enable.
FTS armed.
Minus 130.
Countdown 9 being controlled by the launch computer.
20.
Fork is armed.
FCS count started.
Minus 110.
Vent valves locked.
Minus 1 minute.
Rock, report range status.
Range green.
Minus 40.
Table at step 3.
Minus 30.
Status check.
Go Atlas. Go Centaur.
Go Tetris.
Minus 20.
T-minus 15 seconds now, going into terminal count. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Main engine ignition. And liftoff of the Atlas V with TDRS-L, building our ability to meet the growing future of communications in space.
Booster view has gone to closed loop control. Pitch yaw roll program has begun. Vehicle body rates look good. Bus and battery voltages are stable. Tank pressures are as well. Booster engine continues to look very good. Pump speeds and injector pressures are within band. Pitch yaw roll program is complete. Vehicle body rates controlling right down the middle. Booster engine performance continues to look very good. Tank pressures are stable.
Vehicle going through the sound barrier at this time.
Mach 1. Max Q. Vehicle body rates continue to look very good, controlling right down the middle. Coming up on the booster throttle back, and we have throttle back right on schedule. Engine response looks good. Booster engine performance continues to look very good. And the booster has begun Q alpha limited steering as well as a small roll bias for telemetry. Body rates look good. And the liquid pyro valve for the RCS has fired, and now the pneumatic. That system is now pressurizing to flight levels. Signatures look good. Current altitude is 32.6 miles. Downrange distance 57 miles. Current velocity is 5,325 miles per hour. And the Q alpha limited steering phase of flight has completed. Body rates continue to look very good. Tank pressures are stable. Booster engine continues to operate well for the set mixture ratio. Pump speeds and injector pressures within expected range. And the booster has begun to throttle to maintain 5 Gs in preparation for BECO. Boost phase cooldown is underway. Signatures look good. And we've begun to throttle back to 4.6 Gs for BECO. Boost phase cooldown is complete. And we have engine shutdown. BECO looks good, clean signature. We have retros and stage separation. Looks like a clean set. We have LOX and fuel pre-start. GN2 purge firing on the RCS is underway. We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10. Looking for the payload fairing jettison momentarily, and we have indication of payload fairing jet. Looks like a good separation. And Centaur PU is being commanded to a LOX-rich mixture ratio for the early portion of this 834-second burn. Engine response looks good for the set mixture ratio. Closed loop steering has been enabled on Centaur. Vehicle is nulling out rates associated with the start transient. LO2 tank pressures have been ramped down and are stable. Current altitude is 113 miles, downrange distance is 400 miles, current velocity is 11,298 miles per hour. And we've begun seeing the thermal conditioning firings on the RCS. Signatures look good. Centaur body rates are now controlling right down the middle. The range track shows the vehicle making good progress right down the middle of the range. And Centaur PU is now in closed loop control. However, it continues to request an oxidizer-rich condition. This is expected for this point in the burn. RL10 chamber pressures, LOX pump discharge, all look appropriate for the set MR.
Antigua has now acquired.
And we have had the format change, just a minor loss of data for the format change. Signatures all look good across the change. Quick review of the booster performance shows that the PE was plus 10 pounds, which is 0.1 sigma high. Centaur currently is at an altitude of 166 miles, downrange distance of 797 miles. Current velocity is 12,112 miles per hour.
We're hearing our telemetry engineer Marty Malinowski from United Launch Alliance.
RL10 performance continues to look very good. Chamber pressures, LOX pump discharge, and fuel venturi inlets all within expected parameters. Centaur continues to request an oxidizer-rich condition as it works off the excess oxidizer. Continuing to see normal thermal conditioning firings on the RCS. Line temperatures are warming towards bottle temperatures. Centaur has now achieved the head-on gate. Range track continues to show good progress right down the middle. Current altitude is 182 miles, downrange distance 1,080 miles, current velocity 12,838 miles per hour.
Now losing data from the Cape, all data now coming through Antigua.
Centaur tank pressures are stable. Storage bottle pressures look good. Bus and battery voltages are within the expected range for this portion of the mission. Centaur PU has begun controlling off the oxidizer-rich mixture ratio at this point. Engine response looks good to the change in MR. RCS line temperatures have warmed to bottle temperatures. Current altitude is 184 miles. Downrange distance is 1,472 miles. Current velocity 14,039 miles per hour. At T plus 700 seconds, Centaur PU is now controlling near nominal MR. RL-10 engine performance looks very good. Chamber pressures, lax pump discharge, and venturi are appropriate for nominal MR. Hydrazine line temperatures have warmed to bottle temperatures. Tank pressures are stable. Storage bottle pressures look good. Bus and battery voltages are stable.
12 minutes, 10 seconds into the flight.
Range track continues to show good progress right down the middle of the corridor. Current altitude is 169 miles. Downrange distance 1,904 miles. Current velocity 15,509 miles per hour. There's approximately 5 minutes remaining in this first burn. All Centaur systems continue to perform well. Current altitude is 155 miles. Downrange distance 2,185 miles. Current velocity is 16,501 miles per hour.
Fourteen minutes into the flight. Switching now from Antigua data to data through TDRS East.
And we have IIP vanish. Centaur is now orbital. All systems continue to look very good. RL-10 chamber pressures, LOX pump discharge, and fuel venturis are appropriate for the near nominal MR. Tank pressures, storage bottle pressures are stable. Bus and battery voltages are stable as well. Current altitude is 132 miles. Downrange distance is 2648 miles. Current velocity is 18,267 miles per hour. A little under 3 minutes remain in this burn. All systems continue to look very good. A little under 2 minutes remain in this burn. Centaur-Pu is controlling near nominal MR. RL10 performance is excellent. And we have 1 minute to MECO. Engine continues to perform well. RCS thermal conditions are excellent. Tank pressures are stable. Storage bottle pressures are as well. RL10 engine performance continues to look good. Chamber pressure, LOX pump discharge, and venturi within expected range. Coming up on MECO momentarily. And we have MECO 1. Engine shutdown looks good. We have 4S settling motors on. Fuel tank pressures are being vented as expected. FTS has been secured. Centaur has begun its turn to the PTC attitude. It's also begun to spin up to the 1.8 degrees per second expected during the PTC. And Centaur has achieved 1.8 degrees per second in its roll as it continues to reorient to its PTC attitude. Tank pressures are stable. Storage bottle pressures are as well. Bus and battery voltages look good as we continue to settle with 4S settling motors. This coast is expected to last just over 82 minutes in duration. It'll be followed by a second burn of 1 minute and 1 second duration, followed by a short coast of 286 seconds till spacecraft set.
We're now 20 minutes 15 seconds into the flight of TDRS-L aboard the Atlas V. We're going to, now with the vehicle in a coast phase, we're going to take some time to look at some replays of the launch as it occurred just slightly more than 20 minutes ago.